Welcome back. Susan and Tanya's royal road trip this past Tuesday. We went to Kelowna, and we're recapping it, Tanya. Great to have you here on what is normally your day off.
It is normally my day off, but how could I miss this? We've got tea, we've got biscuits.
And we have Cheryl Blackwell.
And Cheryl's
and
here.
Me too.
It's Friday.
It's awesome.
This is fun. We should do this more often.
Yes, yes, we should. We should do it every Friday. We're so glad you're here, Cheryl, because, of course, you had your own royal experience back in '86 when Diana and Charles were here as a part of... Were they here for the opening of Expo, essentially?
They were, yeah. They were here for Expo '86, so they did a nice little thing here in Kamloops. I don't know if anybody was at the park that day, but they did a lovely little walk through of Riverside Park. There was a bit of a ceremony to start with, and then they did some meet and greet stuff, and, you know, very much like Kate and William are doing right now, right? The whole... you know, meet everybody and do as much as they can.
Were you as excited as we were leading up to that?
Were you excited?
You know, I think I was super excited, but yeah, I was young too.
Yes.
I was 17, and it was like super busy, and but it was amazing. Like it was definitely a highlight and a thrill, and something I will never forget.
We have visuals, so I want to throw to those.
Yeah, I want to see. I haven't seen these.
This is 30 years ago. Not that I want anyone. Can you stand it to feel old? 30 years ago this was.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the mullets. I mean,
that just tells you everything.
It does. You can always look at somebody's hair.
Cars and everything.
Wow.
Right?
So.
Oh, that's pretty neat. This was at Riverside Park.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's cool. Oh, here is this where she comes out?
Yes.
That would be. See, I'd be just as excited.
Yeah. So that was our mayor at the time, Jim Walsh, and his wife Mary. They were there.
Yeah.
And I know that they spent actually quite a bit of time with
and his wife, and by thousands of fans who have come from miles around and who waited long hours just to see them. They've come from Salmon Arm and Ashcroft, Clearwater, Revelstoke, and Merritt, all the way to Kamloops to see their future king and queen. And more so than any other members of the British monarchy, this royal couple holds a special fascination for these people. Perhaps it's because for years they have followed the life of Charles, the heir to the British throne, and watched with genuine interest his long search for a bride. Now, with his search over, they delight in his choice. Diana, the quiet, unpretentious daughter of an earl, a former London kindergarten teacher, now a princess and our next queen.
Okay.
It really is the stuff.
That's Sandy Hudlick Hall, by the way.
Yes, I know.
Voicing that over.
This is so old. I love it.
It's pretty cool to look back. So, Cheryl, in the grand scheme of things, where were you? You were on the stage and you met them up there.
Yeah, so they did like a little formal presentation. So they were on the stage, and we got to present them with flowers from the city of Kamloops. So that was what I got to do, and got to spend a few moments with Princess Diana. I had a chance to talk to her because, you know, she was very genuine, although very shy, but very genuine when you spoke with her. And she, you know, tried to engage you. Like, she didn't just take the flowers from me and say thank you. She's like, oh, and so what does your banner mean? Because I was Miss Kamloops at the time. And she's like, oh, so what is that? And so we talked about beauty pageants, and that it wasn't a beauty pageant, and, you know, that whole piece. And so that was really cool. And of course, everybody asked me afterwards, media from all over the world, what she had said to me, because they, you know, saw that, you know, she was speaking to me or whatever. And it was crazy. It was crazy, the attention. And so, you know, I got a little tiny piece of that, and I can't imagine what she would have gone through on a daily basis dealing with all of that.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy. And I can't imagine what Kate does now, because with social media and everything,
I know,
it's even, and paparazzi and everything else, like, it's even more invasive. Like,
well, and we were talking about that yesterday in the newsroom, because Will and Kate and Harry and the rest of the royal family can't do anything now without it being documented or could be documented through iPhones and, you know, social media.
Everything.
Right? Whereas, you know, back in Diana's time, paparazzi was everywhere, and I think that she struggled with that because they always followed her around.
Absolutely.
But at least they got their private time when they had their private time, right?
At least a small piece of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and to just sort of feel it, you know, just in my little tiny piece of that day, it was really crazy. Like, I cannot believe all the people that called me, like, that were trying to get some kind of a soundbite from her, what she said, or even a piece of controversy about what she said to me, right? They were digging.
Crazy. We're going to throw to a story here that sort of details sort of the life of the royal family up to the fact that, you know, from a young boy, William knew his destiny.
Coming into the world just 11 months after the wedding of the century, Prince William would be the most famous newborn of his time. At first, William was seen infrequently, in the tradition of the royal family shielding their private lives. But those boundaries of privacy were disintegrating. The personal troubles of his mother, Diana, and his father, Charles, and the extramarital antics of both unhinged the tabloid press. Media coverage was unrelenting and destructive. And yet, through it all, William, as a schoolboy, persevered. Not often in the public eye, but as heir to the throne, never far from public consciousness. When Princess Diana died in a car accident, William was just 15, his brother Harry 12. At this time of intense personal heartbreak, William was thrust into the public spotlight. He stated his dislike for the media, and in part because of Diana's tragic circumstances pursued by the paparazzi, William was accorded more space and privacy. His life at Eton College, where he studied and played sports, was relatively normal. But life for William could never be normal. He was the future king of England. The Queen spent much time with him, preparing him for the responsibilities that lay ahead. He would join the military and become a qualified helicopter pilot, real-life duties before the surreal duties of his royal life took over. Reserved and shy, William seemed to appreciate from early on how important he would be in the public's evolving relationship with the royal family. Inevitably, media royal watching grew once more. After all, any young lady William went out with could one day be the Queen of England. But one girl in particular caught his eye, and as future king, he certainly caught hers. Kate Middleton and William would date on and off, and soon enough, they would wed. And now they have children, and the way forward seems more clear. William is second in succession behind his father, but many look beyond Charles to William to steady the monarchy. If it is to remain relevant in Canada and throughout the Commonwealth, it will fall to this future king and queen and their children to capitalize both upon their appeal as celebrities and as symbols of an aging but revered institution.
All right, a little bit of history. We're going to come back to modern day, go back to last weekend when they arrived in Victoria for their week in BC. That's coming up after the break.
I'm eating my biscuit.
Yeah, good call.